Hey everyone, so today's video is a low buy update. I will be updating you guys on the products that I have finished off within the last month and also the products that I brought into my collection within the last month. I don't do these updates at a consistent rate. Sometimes they're 1 month apart, sometimes they're a few months apart, just when I feel like updating you guys. So my last update was a month ago if you want to go back and see my progress since then. But I decided to do an update today because I have brought quite a few makeup products into my collection. So I actually want to put myself on a no buy. So first of all, I will start with the products and then I will talk a little bit more about my no buy. And with my low buy this year, I have been doing a beauty bank concept where I have a specific number in my beauty bank, and then when I bring products into my collection, it lowers my beauty bank, and when I empty products, it increases my beauty bank. So obviously the goal is to have the highest number possible in your beauty bank. That concept was inspired by It's Just Steph here on YouTube. So if you want more content like this, definitely make sure to go check out her channel. But to start off, I am beginning my inventory at -15 for this update. So the number of products in my beauty bank right now is negative, which is not very good. I'm probably not gonna get it back up to positive by the end of the year, but hopefully I'll give you more of an update on that at the end of the video when I get through where my beauty bank is at now. So let's go ahead and start with the empty products. First off, I have this e.l.f. lip balm, the Ride or Die lip balm. I didn't really like this. It's super thick, so I definitely won't be repurchasing this. And I'm happy just to have another lip balm and glossy lip product out of my collection. I kind of use this as a lip balm, just as a hydrating product, so it's good to have this out now because I do have quite a few hydrating type of lip products. And then a while ago, I also finished off this Fawn Beauty lip gloss in the shade Cashmere. I had this in another shade as well that I was panning a while back, and that bottle actually broke on me. And this bottle is now leaking around the sides. You probably can't tell, but also this cap just pulls off pretty easily. So this packaging is kind of gross now, and it's obviously not very good quality because I've had both of my bottles break now and this one is leaking. So I definitely won't be repurchasing any glosses from this brand. They are a newer indie brand, and obviously I wanted to support a smaller brand, but I just don't like the quality of the packaging because both my bottles have broken on me. So I won't be repurchasing any products from this brand, sadly. But I did like the formula inside here. It was just kind of a lip oil gloss. I felt like it wasn't anything super special. So even if the packaging was fine, I probably wouldn't repurchase it anyway. And then pretty recently, I finished off this Honest Beauty lip balm in the shade Summer Melon. This obviously does have product in there, but I'm not going to dig into the product to get the rest of it out just because that's too much effort for me, and it is just a tinted lip balm, so it's not worth it. It's not like this balm is really expensive. I did really like this, and I actually have another shade in this lip balm that I am also now using, so I feel like I go through these relatively quickly just because I find myself wanting to apply these to my lips. So I do really love this product. I do see myself purchasing more shades of this. And then I have a little mini Fenty gloss bomb. This is in the shade Confetti. There is still a tiny bit of gloss left in here. I could still get a few more uses out of this, but I didn't take the stopper out of this one either. The previous mini gloss bombs I finished up, I've always taken the stopper out of. I've kind of just been like leaving this on my counter and sort of applying it when I pass by when I feel like it to finish off that last tiny little bit of product, but I won't be taking the stopper out of this. I feel like it's not really worth it for me. At this point, I'm just forcing myself to use my Fenty glosses so that I can finish them up because I did get a set of 5. I've already finished off 2 of them, so I kind of just want them out of my collection. At least that's kind of how I felt with this gloss because I mean, I have a lot of glosses in my collection, even though I do really like this gloss. This is actually probably one of my favorite gloss formulas. So once I finish off all the little minis I have, I might just purchase a full-size Fenty gloss in my favorite shade, which would be Hot Chocolate. So I'm just kind of wanting to finish off all the Fenty glosses in my collection just because they're minis and I do have a lot of glosses in my collection. So if you weren't counting, those were the 4 products that I finished up. It's funny that they were all lip products, but it kind of makes sense because I can apply lip products over and over again throughout the day. So I find that I go through them really quickly. So my beauty bank for this video started at -15. So now if I add 4, we are at -11. And now onto all the products that I brought into my collection. I'm going to try to go through these relatively quickly. First off, I made a purchase from Salt New York because I couldn't help myself. They were having a 50% off sale on products that they still had inventory of, but that were discontinued. So I purchased the shade Flora as well as the shade Blackberry. And then I also threw into my cart the shade N11 in the Sneaky Balm, like Sneaky Tinted Balm. And I also purchased this mini palette because I do have their large palette from them that is double the size of this. It holds 8 of their cheek products. Obviously, this is an older one I had in my collection. And I do really love Salt New York. I feel like they're featured in my videos pretty often. So this one is kind of self-explanatory. I did kind of give into the sale, but I also have been wanting to purchase from Salt New York to get the Sneaky Balm. So it kind of worked out and I have really been loving the Sneaky Balm. These are not in any particular order. I'm generally trying to go in chronological order, but it doesn't really matter when I purchase them. So I think my next purchase was some single shadows, these 8 shadows right here. I actually purchased 9, so one of them are missing from this little group. These are single shadows from Pretties for Your Face, which is an indie brand, and they're super cheap shadows. I think full price they're like $5, but very often they have 50% off sales. So I got these for like $2.50 each or some ridiculous price, and they are really, really beautiful. Because they are an indie brand, you can kind of tell by the pans, like they're not all uniform. It's definitely like an indie small brand because the shadows just look like that. They're not all perfect. The formulas definitely differ a lot. Some of them are really glittery and intense. Some of them are really metallic, and then some of them are more just a satin. So I do like the sort of diversity of the formulas, but it's kind of hard to tell what you're gonna get because the formulas aren't necessarily consistent across the board. But I am really happy with the shadows I ended up purchasing. My goal was kind of to get a lot of one and done shadows. I actually haven't used a lot of these. I haven't used them very often at all. So this is currently in my bathroom. I'm trying to use my single shadows a little bit more. So hopefully within the next few months, I will get some more use out of them. So I also made an Ulta order when they were having their big lip product sale. I just couldn't help myself. I don't know what happened to me, but I ended up just purchasing all 3 of the Jaclyn Cosmetics lip liners that I wanted. I did previously have one Jaclyn lip liner in my collection in the shade Bourbon, and I really, really love that. So I just went ahead and purchased the 3 other shades that have been on my wish list that I've been wanting forever. And I don't have a ton of lip liners in my collection, so I'm not mad about purchasing these, and I'm kind of trying to find like my perfect nude shade and just trying out a lot of different colors and different formulas. So I purchased these shades Caramel Latte, which is a little bit of a deeper brown, the shade Macaron, which is a really pretty My Lips But Better color, and it does have a little bit of a sheen to it. And then also the shade Cupcake, which is the most pink out of all of these. It's probably like the most pink lip liner I have actually. So these are a little bit more unique to my collection, and I've been wanting to purchase some more cool toned lip liners. So I feel like these don't lean too warm like a lot of the lip liners I see in the makeup industry and that I've tried. And then I think also in that Ulta order, I picked up the Smashbox lipstick in the shade Level Up. This is a really pretty nude pink shade. Obviously, it was a lip sale, so I purchased a bunch of lip products, which I didn't necessarily need, but this is just a really pretty nude pink shade that I will get a lot of use out of. And part of the reason I ended up purchasing this is because it came with a free Smashbox Always On cream shadow, specifically in the shade Guava. And I've been wanting a cream or liquid matte shadow in my collection just to try it out, see if I would use it and if it would be handy just to kind of throw on as a one and done shadow a lot of days. So I do have this on my eyes today as sort of like my base. This is the only matte color on my eyes right now. So I have been really enjoying this, and it's really easy to work with and really easy to apply with my fingers. It doesn't get too messy, even though it is pretty pigmented. You just need the smallest amount. So I've really been enjoying this liquid shadow, and I'm really glad that I picked it up and that I got it for free. I think in that Ulta order, there may have been 2 separate Ulta orders, but one of the other things I picked up from Ulta, another lip product from Oma Beauty. This is the Black Magic. I think it's like their tinted, it's a more of a lip balm type of formula. Mine is in the shade Love. It doesn't have the specific name of the product written on here, but these just look freaking insanely beautiful. I could not help myself, and mine is a little bit dented, as you can see there, because when I got it, my package was sitting out in the sun for a little while, so it was very warm, and I just couldn't help myself, and I didn't wait long enough to swatch it. I should have let it cool down a lot more before I swatched it, but the bullet is sort of a little bit wiggly in there. That's why it doesn't look super pretty and perfect, but this is gorgeous, and it is a really pretty, more sheer color. I was kind of scared by the look of it on the outside. It looks really glittery and intense, but on the lips, it's sort of like a sheer balm. You can build it up, so it does have a good amount of color to it, but I like that it's also really hydrating. And then I also picked up the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter because I could not help myself. This is specifically in the shade Fair. It's shade 1, their lightest shade. And I watched some reviews. Obviously, people are comparing this to the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, which I have wanted something like that for a really long time. I've actually had the Auric Glow Lust on my wish list for like ever. And I was very close to picking the Auric Glow Lust up multiple times, but once this came out, I figured this is probably like pretty much the same thing. I wish people were also comparing this to the Auric Glow Lust rather than just the Charlotte Tilbury one, but they're all kind of similar products. They're glowy, either primers or you can use them as liquid highlighters, but they also give a little bit of coverage, which I like because I feel like I can wear this on its own without having to apply a foundation over it. And I've used this once, so I don't really have full thoughts on it, but it is definitely very glowy. And I'm excited to have a more affordable version of this in my makeup collection. Now I know I don't have to spend like $40 on the Auric Glow Lust. I think it's actually more expensive than that. Another purchase I made, which I'm realizing a lot of these are impulse purchases, which is why I need to put myself on a no buy, but I did make an order from Aether Beauty, and Khaki Reviews Beauty convinced me because they did a live Instagram with her, Aether Beauty and Khaki Reviews Beauty, here on YouTube. And they were basically just showing us all the shades, swatching them out, and they had a 25% off coupon, like a special with Khaki. So I basically right away went on and purchased these 3 shades. I didn't pick up all 4 because the 4th one was sadly sold out, which I definitely regret that because now they have the bundle of all 4 at I think it's 30% off, which I got 25% off of these. So I could have purchased the bundle for all 4 without a coupon for cheaper. So I'm like slightly mad at myself for that, but I also didn't need like 4 new lip products to my collection. So I am happy to have these 3. I probably won't end up purchasing the 4th one, even though I kind of want it just to complete my little collection. And I also have a thing with even numbers, but these are all very like not natural everyday shades. So they are still wearable in a way. I find that they're on the brighter side and they look a little bit darker in the packaging than they do on the lips, but that's just because they are made out of recycled plastic. So recycled plastic it just ends up like a little bit gray toned. That's what they were talking about in the Instagram live, and that's also why I like supporting Aether Beauty. So that's another reason I was just happy to buy these, because I like supporting brands like Aether Beauty that are really conscious of the packaging they're using and also the specific ingredients that go into their products. So I am really happy to have these. I've been using these very, very often, getting a lot of use out of them since I've had them, which isn't very long. So I am happy to have these in my collection, and these are actually a lip and cheek stain. So I can use them in multiple ways. They are a multi-purpose product. And I actually really love these because they're a stain, but they're also glossy, because I always want a glossy finish to my lips. But glosses, as we know, don't stay very well on the lips. So I like that this has the glossy finish to it, but then when it wears off, it does leave that stain behind, and I can also use it on my cheeks, which is a bonus. And then my last order was more, I feel like a little bit less of an impulse purchase and more just of a treat myself sort of purchase. So first off, I got the Il Makiage lip liner in the shade Naked. Again, I'm looking for my perfect nude. This is a really, really pretty lip liner, and it's kind of like a My Lips But Better color, so I'm really happy to have it in my collection. I definitely will get a lot of use out of this. But I also purchased the Il Makiage and Kathleen Lights eyeshadow palette, which I am so excited for. This is specifically called the Disco Fox Pressed Pigment Palette, and it obviously is very reflective, so it's kind of hard to show you guys. But you can go watch Kathleen's whole video on this palette to see swatches and everything of it. It is definitely a very, very beautiful palette. Obviously, it is a neutral palette, but I like that she included these sort of pops of color, like this pinky tone and this purple, and even this like berry purpley shade. It's like a warm tone purple. It doesn't look that purple on camera, but it does in real life. And these shades on the end, the 6 shades here and on this end, are very, very special, glittery, but also metallic shades. You can apply a little bit or a lot and get totally different looks. And I also really love the matte shades from the times that I've used this. So I am really excited to have this in my collection. And it is kind of like, she implied that it's her last collaboration, like brand collaboration with makeup. So I am really, really happy to have this in my collection and support Kathleen Lights. And I have been wanting to try some Il Makiage products to begin with. So I was happy to purchase this, even though it is on the definitely more expensive side. This is a palette that I will use a lot because it is a neutral everyday palette, and I will probably have this in my collection for like the rest of my life. So I'm really happy to try some Il Makiage products and also support Kathleen Lights. And the lip liner I actually purchased after the palette because I forget what, it's like some things they have after you order the palette. It's like a little survey they had, and I got a, I think $10 or $15, no, I think it was like a $20 gift card, which is kind of a lot and very generous. So I got this just for shipping, the price of shipping, which was like $6. So I was really happy to also try another product from Il Makiage, and I feel like their products are a little bit more on the pricey side, but they are really great quality. So I will be interested in trying more from the brand at some point in the future. But that is it for all the products that I brought into my collection. So this video is mostly a haul of a lot of products that I've purchased recently. So my makeup inventory after the empties is -11, plus the 16 products that I just showed you. My makeup inventory is now at -27, which is not very good. We started off at +9 at the beginning of the year. So I probably brought almost 40 products into my collection, but I'm hoping to keep this number either where it is right now or preferably bring it up a little bit closer to 0. So obviously I have made quite a few impulse purchases in the past month. That's why I am putting myself on a no buy. So this will just be a full like makeup no buy. I'm not allowed to buy anything. And I am allowed to buy replacements if I say finish off my mascaras, but I do have one backup mascara. Or if I finish off like a brow product or something. I probably won't finish off concealers because I have a lot of concealers in my collection to go through. So I don't see myself really purchasing anything. I'm not sure how long I'm going to do this no buy for. I would like to do it through the end of the year, but we know with like end of year holiday sales, that is sometimes tricky. So I may give myself like one holiday purchase or something like that. But I do see myself doing this no buy at least close to the end of the year for a few months at least. So I will do no buy updates, probably not as often as these updates because I won't have as much to show you. I'll probably just have my empties to show you. I won't really have any new products in my collection to show you for these no-buy updates, but I will just kind of update you on my thoughts and how my no-buy is going. Probably like my next video on my no-buy will be in a few more months. So I have already started this no-buy at the beginning of August. My last purchase was like August 2nd or 3rd. So I have already been doing this for a couple weeks, and I feel really good about it because I do have a lot of new products right now to play with. And I know I have a lot of makeup products in my collection in general that I can rotate through and sort of make my collection feel new again by using products I haven't used in a while. So that is it for this low buy or no buy update. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down below in the comments if you're doing a no buy or a low buy and what your rules are. If you did enjoy this, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I do post new videos once a week, so if you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified every time I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.